We had a few more here. Vassilis, you had a question?
Thank you. My name is Vassilis Chryssos, and I'm from Greece. I represent the Sarantaporo.gr community network. I would like to address a question to Oscar. Oscar, you mentioned that it is important if we want to achieve a universal coverage to simplify the requirements for access to licensing for community networks. I understand that you have worked together with community networks in order to be able to put it this way. And I was wondering, what was the critical characteristic to trust community networks and work with them? And I ask this question because from our side we have approached our regulator. I understand that they need to trust our work, they need to trust our organization, and I was wondering how do you build this trust between a community-led initiative and a government or a representative of the regulating body?
Thank you, an excellent question. We had one more here, and then we have remote questions.
Policy and regulatory tools. We need to, there was an issue about trust. I think sometimes it's the other way around. Why shouldn't we trust a community that is organizing itself to provide service? And that's basically what we have discussed internally in Argentina. Why shouldn't we trust a group of people that organize itself to provide service to a community that is underserved or not served at all? That's why we simplify the licensing regime. We eliminated licenses fees for community networks. I wanted to mention Nicolas is from Argentina, and he knows the community network environment and the experience we have made in Argentina. Behind me is Esteban, who represents the CABASE, the Argentine Internet Association, with more than 500 members. And that's what I referred to when I mentioned the diversity in the Argentine market. So eliminate licensing fees and provide an easy licensing regime for community networks have not been there has not been a trust issue for us. We just have to solve sometimes legalities and keep a general sense of the regulations, but we don't have a trust issue. On the contrary, I think sometimes the state needs to change the approach and see itself as a facilitator and not as a policeman. We need to facilitate and allow innovation and development of services. And that I think, is the main switch governments and regulators need to make. There is no longer a model where the state decides who, where, and how the services are provided. The state now has to allow innovation, allow competition, and allow diversity and different type and kind of organizations to provide broadband access to the citizens. I don't know if